Hello and welcome to Agroriches, the premier hub for everything agriculture. My name is Nanambo Agriculture, and today I'm here at the University of Ghana Business School to interview one big personality who is causing a lot of positive impact and training our next CEOs and Dangotes of our time. But before I go deep into who he is, let's go for a quick break. We'll be back with more. Do stay with us. Welcome back to Agoriches TV. My name is Nanambo Agriculture, and today I'm here with Dr. George Acheampong, a senior lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School teaching entrepreneurship, and he's also a researcher. Now, do you get why I said he's training the CEOs of our time? Well, thank you very much, Doctor.
No, thank you very much for having me.
Okay, so Doctor, would you like to tell us about yourself?
Yes, so my name is George Acheampong. I am a lecturer in entrepreneurship, specializing in entrepreneurial strategy, why businesses fail, why some succeed, institutional dynamics, and I also love innovation, working with small businesses and new startups innovate. So I lead the innovation efforts at the University of Ghana. I am also the track chair in Africa's competitiveness in global markets, and I also lead the port efficiency project in Ghana.
So, Doctor, going through your profile, I realize you're not just a senior lecturer who teaches entrepreneurship here at University of Ghana. You also host some entrepreneurship programs for your students. What compelled you to start such programs?
Okay, so maybe I had a good training from my former boss, the late Sam Boami. But overall, I have a passion for student-led activities. When I was on Legon campus myself, I was a member of Inactus, then SIFE, Student in Free Enterprise, and then I was also a member of ISEC, University of Ghana. So when I came back, I decided to join and be their faculty advisor. So engaging with students, I realized that we needed to practicalize the training in entrepreneurship. A lot of the entrepreneurship training was didactic. When we say didactic, more to do with like theory-driven classwork, but I decided to practicalize it. So I think somewhere in 2017, I introduced what is called the Entrepreneurship Fair. So what that means is that whilst we do several weeks of theoretical training, if you can put it that way, we also seek to practicalize. So the students form groups, they come up with an idea. Usually what we do is for them to contact their friends in the sciences, pharmacy, medical school, dietetics, and look at the innovation they have, and then we seek to commercialize. So we do prototypes, and then we exhibit those prototypes. And it's been wonderful. And then subsequently, my dean asked me to lead a project in setting up an innovation hub for the University of Ghana Business School. So that's what we've done. And we've done several calls and competitions for students. Students have won money to implement their ideas. And as you can see around, as I showed you, Reality Henry, Piggetti, Fiancra, Comtech, Steve Farms, and the rest. So that's what we've been working, yeah.
No, I must commend you on that, helping your students build up their entrepreneurial skills and not just giving them the theory aspect. So today we'll be going deep into agribusiness and what it entails to start. So if a student who joined your innovation hub comes to you with the thought of starting an agribusiness, how would you tell them to go about it?
Okay, so usually I like to use human-centered design in thinking about what I do. So one of the first things is to build capacity, because agri requires a skill, and if you don't have a skill, your sub-farmers or the people who work for you will most likely cheat you. So you yourself must understand the process. So I'm going to use Reality Henry, one of the cohorts or the teams that are in our project. One of the first, they wanted to raise hens innovatively. So what did we do? We sent them to the university's center that is in charge of what? Livestock and poultry at Ixegon. So they went to spend 3 months at the livestock and poultry research center, Liquid, at Ixegon, where they build their capacity in rearing hens.
Okay.
Once you gain that capacity, then the next stage is for us to test the viability of your business or the feasibility. So, is it workable? Is it not workable? That's the next stage that we work with. So, one, gain the competence on what you want to do. Now, let's test the market viability of what you have. And once the market viability is there, we look at the prototyping. Someone will say in agriculture, why would you want to prototype?
Yes.
But what we mean by prototyping then is to give you what we call demonstration farm. So we'll give you a small patch of land, do what you want to do, and let's see at a small scale. Once you're able to do that, then we can help you to raise the funding, then you can build them. So our prototyping, what we do here at the Hub, for instance, is that we help you raise funding. So for Reality Henry, for instance, when they started, we helped them to raise 20,000 cedis. After their training and it's that 20,000 that they use to fine-tune their ideas. So they build them. So another team, for instance, is Tea Farms. They are doing a concept called soilless medium. In doing mushrooms, doing vegetables, home gardening, and the like. And they also, we supported them with what? 20,000 to start their idea. Then they started selling some of their vegetables on their own, on the university demonstration farm that we gave them. Then subsequently, only yesterday, they won 15,000 seeds. And that's a validation of their concept, that their concept actually works. And so now we can work with them to improve it.
Okay, as you were talking about farmers, are you a farmer yourself, sir?
Yeah. I'm some sort of a half cocoa farmer like that.
Oh, okay.
That's Agriculture South District.
Okay, so before you started cocoa farming, how did you go about it? What compelled you to start cocoa farming?
Yeah, I didn't start. It was a family thing, and I joined. And so that's what we've been doing for a while now to solve some of the problems back home.
Okay, so for agribusiness, after you sought capacity and check out for the market, if there's market for what you want to produce, what's the next step, sir?
So then after that, you run it like any other business. Then it's a business. Unfortunately, in my training, so my PhD, for instance, was in poultry. So I have extensive knowledge in poultry. I lived in Domain Group for a very long time. And as a side gossip, I got a wife to do from Domain Group during the period. But the point I want to make is that a lot of our farmers think of farming as a livelihood and not a business. So you see, for a very long time, we called it agriculture. But you are now having a conversation, you're saying agribusiness. That semantic alone shows that for a very long time, so after you get it, you build capacity, you get the farming, you run your business, where you produce goods and services, and then you sell those agricultural products. So, for instance, have you established a market, your people, how are you paying them? You have structures. Where is your financing? What is your financing unit structure like? So, for instance, one of our, and this is as a private consultant, one of my big clients, for instance, is into aggregation of maize globally. And our model is very simple. It's a 90-day credit system that we have in the bank. Then we build a 90-day product with maize on the platform. We have buyers that are ready to buy. So it's a very simple model. Once you get the product and you can farm it and you test it and it works, the rest is just every year you expand gradually. And then that's about it. It's the skill that matters. Skill, market. Once you have it, you can raise the money to do it.
Okay, so since you are talking about markets and money, how lucrative do you think agriculture is? The Ghanaian sector, how lucrative is agriculture business?
I think agribusiness is lucrative. I mean, no matter how you look at it. No matter how you look at it, is it maize? Let's think about maize. All our staples from cocoa to banku to keke, they all come from maize. If you decide to do soy, at least all the poultry farmers they need it in their combination. If you do cassava, there is a starch that pharmaceutical industry needs extensively. Then there are those of us who eat gobe, who eat the gari in our gobe.
Yes.
Think about it. Is it vegetables? The hotels, they need vegetables, constant demand. Is it meat? We are a high meat consuming society. Is it fish? So the opportunities and creativeness of agriculture is there. For that one, there is no doubt about it. There is a huge potential in agriculture. Look, and the Ghanaian population is a youthful one, always expanding. So as for it being lucrative, it is lucrative. But for everything that is lucrative, it comes with its own challenges.
That brings us to the question of challenges. You being a farmer yourself, what are some of the challenges you faced in growing your farm?
I think a lot of people are dishonest. Dishonesty is one of the biggest challenges. It's not just of agriculture, but general businessmen that we find. I mean, I'm into cocoa. You do the boom or a business system with someone, and then you are not on the farm. You are in a crowd. You are financing him. Probably send him the fertilizer. You don't apply it. You probably will sell it. When the cocoa is harvested, before he comes to dry it, probably stash about a quarter or a third somewhere on the farm. You are not there. So those are major challenges. For instance, in the maize project we did with my client, we finance people. We gave them seeds, we gave them fertilizer, we prepared land for them. When the maize was due, because they realized the maize price had gone up, they ran away with their maize. So that is one of the biggest challenges with farming or agribusiness in Ghana. You find that there's a lot of dishonesty or opportunistic behavior. So if you are an absentee farmer or agribusiness owner, then it becomes very difficult then to track what our people are doing. So that's a major challenge you have. So what happens then is that you are forced to maybe during land preparation and planting you are there. And then during harvesting, you have to be there. But that's what we are rewarded. So that's number one. Number two, since you are talking about the youth, a lot of agricultural-based issues are not sensitive to the youth. Let me give you an example. If you wanted to farm maize and make any meaningful profit, you need to do about 10 acres. We all know the land tenure system in Ghana. Access to land. So even if I wanted to get the land as a young person who has finished university, 24, 25 years, and I even go to rent the land, the last time we checked the Peki area where someone wanted to rent land, it was 500 cedis per acre. So that alone is 5,000 cedis. You've not bought seeds, you've not bought fertilizer, land preparation has not come, you've not had farm hands. You get it? You have to buy chemicals. So even before you start, the financial burden on young people is not realistic. So quite recently we did a training for mango farmers in the Manya Krobo area. And in our training regime, we said we were going to do young people from 18 to 35. We didn't get anyone. Because mango farming in itself is long term. Mm-hmm. Young man, they need money now. You know, the young people, they need money. They need to buy iPhone 11. They need to take their girlfriends out. So they need money now. So all those things are issues that arise that make. So money is also a challenge. The third thing is, I would say, communication or information around agriculture. That thing is not allowing a lot of young people develop the interest for agriculture. Let me give you an example. When we were in secondary school or junior high school, when you misbehaved, they gave you a cutlass to go and weed as a form of punishment. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
So already agriculture is giving a negative connotation.
Yes.
That aside, when you look at magazines and see who are called farmers, they are old ladies with tattered clothes with cutlasses. Come on, in this world, who wants to suffer? So the narrative around agriculture in itself is not good enough. And those are some of the things we need to what? We need to change. Of course, I know that there are several interventions that government and various stakeholders are bringing, but it's not enough. It's simply not enough. So the narrative around agriculture doesn't let many young people find it interesting, because there is more profit in being a farmer than sitting in the bank. I'm telling you that. I can guarantee you that. You know. So yes, those are some of the 3 challenges I can note. Really, yeah.
So on funding, what are some financial interventions you can propose to people who want to enter into agriculture? Maybe from governments that are available to young people or anyone at all who wants to venture into agriculture.
We know government implemented the PFG, the Planting for Food and Jobs, to support young people that wanted to go into agriculture. I am aware that the National Youth Authority also is supporting many young people to go into agriculture. Then I am also aware that the MasterCard Foundation particularly is interested in supporting many young people. They are interested in young girls particularly, for instance, to support them to go into agriculture. But you see, I want to say a proverb in Chi that said, "Ubi pai wa pampem, amwa yibi," and he said, "Wa yenwa, wa yanke." Sometimes a lot of the government projects and the donor-funded projects come with constraints. So I encourage a lot of young people to start small. Save. That iPhone, I hear iPhone 14 now is about 15,000. The number of times, if you call your girlfriend 5 times a week, try call her 2 times a week. Send the rest, send text message. If you buy data 100 cedis, buy 20.
And save the rest.
And save. See, that is the starting point. That is always the starting point. When you, in business, we have a principle we ask, how much of your own skin is in the game? You don't want to put your money in it. Me, I should come and put my money in it. You allow it to fail. So the starting point always is, how much do you have saved? Number 2 is to go into partnerships. For instance, if you are Reality Hen or Pigati, and you have someone who had a piggery that has collapsed, can you go to him and say, "Look, can you rent me your piggery? I will pay from your piggery and pay you at the end of every season." That's how you start. So the question then is it money you need or resources to start? If it is resources, can you find innovative ways, effectual ways to get your project started without necessarily relying on the money? And hey, there is no shame in starting small. That's what a lot of us young people don't want to understand. We want to start seeing you with a call card and a pickup truck. But it doesn't work like that. You have to take trotro for some time, you know.
Branded pickup trucks.
You see that, and the pickup guy, they don't want the hard body song. They want Ford F-150.
But you mentioned financing some enterprises in your innovating hub. Do you have some avenues yourself through which you finance your students who want to venture into agriculture specifically?
Yeah, so we speak to our stakeholders. So for instance, yesterday we had a competition where the top 2 winners were agricultural firms, and they were funded, for instance, by Holland. As you know, the biggest funder is one of West Africa's leading fertilizer manufacturer, the Agricultural Manufacturing Group, AMG Fertilizers. So they, for instance, provide this funding to support the initiatives. But that money will not be enough. At best, it will help you prototype and kickstart. So if you yourself have your own resources, it will help you.
Thank you very much, Sir. I think that would be all. But then one quick question before we go. When it comes to the agribusiness, is it environmental friendly? going into agribusiness, because a lot of these fertilizers and other produce, now people are hitting on climate change and others. So would you say going into agribusiness, when it comes to the environment, how best can you protect the environment while you still try to get money from your business?
Well, I mean, it's a trade-off, right? I mean, I've been asked this question several times, and my response back is not to say I have an answer, but to ask another question. Are we willing to die so that the environment will be available? So it's a chicken and an egg situation that we find ourselves in. But I think that there can be climate-smart agricultural practices that we can use. When our grandparents didn't have fertilizer, they used cow dung, organic agricultural practices. But the question is that the population has also ballooned. So how do you feed everybody as well? But I think that agriculture is not necessarily the problem. Maybe the ACs we are living in, if we could put them off a rather farm, that would be fine.
Okay, so being the local lead on the port efficiency project, how is agricultural produce here in Ghana now measuring up to the global market? And what do you think we should work on in taking our agricultural produce?
I think, well, I'm not sure I don't have the full data now, so I'll be cautious, but anecdotally, I don't think that we are able to produce enough to feed ourselves. To talk about exports. So it's the very few specialized exports, like cocoa, coffee, cashew, and then the horticulturals, like pineapple and those things. And then the yams that go to the Ghanaians and Nigerians in the diaspora. But generally, and that speaks to the question of the idea of business. That a lot of the agricultural people, they don't see it as a business in the first place. So the starting point, look, I've had several fruit juicers contact our farmers, and the fruits do not meet specifications. You can ask which size, they'll tell you. A lot of the farmers, because the pH level, they want a certain level of acidity. And our farmers cannot meet it. So it's about time that young people with management education, with university education, had training in agriculture, enjoying the agricultural space, because that's where the money is. And now you don't even need land in large droves. All you need is a greenhouse, and you have started.
Thank you very much for watching Agroriches TV. Once again, my name is Nana Mo for you are Enchi. We'll see you same time next week.